So on Friday night, on the 7th week, we're looking at dailies. We've shot for 7 weeks, so 34 out of 35 days. And Wes is the kind of guy who was very dedicated to the shots he wanted. He was slowly understanding anamorphic. As I said, the depth of a 50 and the field of view of a 25, so your brain has to make up the difference. And Wes was a guy who wore glasses on a string, bifocals on a string, and sunglasses on a string. So the glasses were coming up and down, and he'd have the sides, and it was, leave him alone. So we watched the dailies at like 5:30, go out to work all night. The lights come up, and Wes turns around to me and my crew and says, yeah, all this footage is out of focus. In fact, all 7 weeks is all out of focus. We have to reshoot the entire film. The editor says it's a disaster. Oh, really? Okay, hold that thought. And I went to it was a little screening room we built in an office, and the office was like next door. Called up Patrick Lucier, who was the editor, said, no, what do you mean? It's great. I send Wes VHS tapes every day. This is how long ago it was. No, everything's fine. It's all cutting together. It's all sharp. So we come back into the screening room, and Wes is coming back from, I just talked to the editor. Really? He's a busy guy. And he says it's all out of focus and it's hopeless. That silence is what we all felt. My ACs, everybody like, what? And so his producer, Marianne, said, so here's what we want you to do. We want you to change camera crews, change camera packages, change grip and electric, change everything. So you want me to fire the key grip and his crew, the gaffer and his crew, all my ACs and the camera package. You sure you don't want another DP as well? And this I'll never forget. She said, good idea. It was an idea. It wasn't that good. Nonetheless, that's where it was. So we went out to shoot that night. And if you've seen the movie, you've seen the scene where Rose McGowan is in the garage and she gets caught under the door and cuts her head off, all that good stuff. By 6 in the morning, when the sun came up, they'd hired Peter Deming, and my AC was very, very clever. He had a police scanner that he converted to listen to. So he was listening to the producers hiring people. So at 2 in the morning, it's Peter Deming. What? We'd done comedies. Yeah, he's a great shooter. I sponsored him into the ASC. And so he ended up doing all of Wes's films after that. But the sun comes up, and I'm sorry this happened, a big hug. When you get back to town, just go to the screening room and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So a week later, I'm in the screening room knocking on the door, and there's a big guy with a blazer and a security thing and a clipboard, and he said, what's your name again? Mark Irwin? Yeah, you can't come in. So that's how it ended for me with Wes Kraven. And a lot of it had to do, the truth is he wanted a big enough smoke screen to give him more time to finish the scenes in this place. And it's not enough to say, oh, well, somebody has COVID or whatever, not in those days, but it was like a thing. It was like, it's a thing. And ironically, the camera guys all left. Deming and his crew came in. They brought in Panavision cameras. And they said, I don't know why we're here. All the footage looks great. I don't know what you're talking about. And my ACs all got kicked away. But my gaffer, they said, hey, well, so you have to change everything. No problem. See this giant rig? And it was cable and lights everywhere. I said, so that'll take a week to tear down. And then a week to put it back up. And the key group, yeah, same for us. Okay, you guys can stay. So nobody got kicked off the bus but me and a bunch of guys. So
What led